Hey everyone, Dr. Tom Gerard here. I want to do this quick introduction for you on your online statistics course. And I know many of you are frightened about it and stressed out about it. And so I wanted to make a quick video to go over some things that you need to know on the syllabus and how to best get through the course and everything, and try to set your mind at ease a little bit about statistics. It's really not as bad as what you think and maybe what you've heard. So let's first of all, I want to tell you a little bit about me. I was born and raised in Southern California. I actually had 3 businesses there. Then after my businesses, I went into accounting. I worked for the largest, one of the top 5 largest county governments in the United States, in the auditor's office, and then eventually moved to Oklahoma, where I was able to get my master's degree and then my doctorate. And I started in governmental accounting there too, in Tulsa area, and eventually became the chief financial officer of Tulsa County, Oklahoma. But anyway, all of that is water under the bridge. Very stressful, running your own business, long hours, working hard, stress all the time. Same way in finance and once you get higher up. Now, by the way, you know, if you've taken my accounting classes, you know that I always think accounting is a great field to work in because, you know, it's very stable. However, the higher you go up, again, you know, you get paid more money, but you're also under a great deal more stress. So let me talk a little bit about how I got in, why am I teaching statistics? Well, here's the story, you know, and maybe like some of you, not all of you, but some of you, you know, when I graduated high school, I got out of high school, and, you know, around latter part of July, first part of August, my mom's saying, hey, don't you think you need to go to college? Or, you know, I was working full time, but, you know, you need to get a college degree. And it's like, well, okay, you know, so I went down to the school. Now I'm in Southern California. I went to the junior college. There's literally hundreds of thousands of students. And I get there, you know, and I'm late and I'm brand new. And they say, oh, well, I says, how about this class? No, that's full. How about this? No, that's full. And I said, well, what do you got? What class is open that I can take? And they go, oh, well, statistics is always open. You know, nobody likes to take that, so take statistics. So I actually took statistics, had a wonderful professor that just excited me about this topic, because I realized it wasn't really a math class. Now, there's math involved. And back again, in my day, you spent way more time doing math than you do now, because today we have tools to help you with that, like Excel. And back then, you know, it was all on calculators and by hand and things like that. Very difficult. But it was really not about the math and all the calculations. It was about, what does this mean to my life? And it really teaches you, and this is what I hope you get out of it. This is why I'm telling you this, because I hope that you know, it is basically a way to process information. We have information today, especially, bombarded at us all the time, you know, coming from all different angles, you know, and people always tell me things. I become a skeptic. See, statistics is to give you, help you become a skeptic and not believe everything somebody tells you. And so when somebody tells me something, I says, well, what Facebook page did you read that on, right? Or what news source did you get that from? I want to know the source. Where was this data driven? You know, I want to look at how they come up with this stuff. And you'll find that most things out there is all fake, you know, and they talk about fake news and real news. Well, you know, most of it is exaggerated, I'll say, to a point. But hopefully by the time you finish this class, you'll be able to kind of sort out what is fake and what is not. And that's really the goal of the course. So anyway, and I wound up majoring in research psychology. My undergraduate degree is in research psychology, so I took a lot of that kind of stuff, you know. Anyway, but I never had any business courses until I came to Oklahoma. I actually, like I said, owned 3 businesses, never had a business class, and just did it, you know, the best I could do. And anyway, that's another story. I'll tell you a little bit more about that when we do my introduction form video. But for now, let's go ahead and take a look at what you need to know for getting into this, getting yourself acclimated. So I'm going to start here, and I'm looking at my RSU. Many of you, of course, have taken classes here at RSU. Many of you maybe not. and this is your first semester here, or maybe you took your undergraduate or your lower division general ed type classes, which are in a different department than business. And in the business department, we typically follow the same format where we have our navigation over here on the left, and then we have this is what we call at a glance. You'll see this is driven here by at a glance, and this is the first thing you normally will turn on when you turn on your My RSU. It has some information on here, but this is date driven. This will change, at a glance will change as we move through the units. You'll see there's a drop down here, and I can go to whatever unit I want. So if for some reason, you know, the dates have moved on to unit 7, but you're still working in 6, you can go back. Okay, the most important thing here though is coursework. Now this is going to tell you, you know, the dates that things are due, and I'll show you how to check that here in just a minute. Here's calendar. These are different things to keep you on track, really. But this is just a basic thing that you're going to see every day. When you start the class, and any class really, to be honest with you, in the business department, is you're going to want to go over here to start here. So start here is the first thing you'll see. If you know, it's going to tell you how to get going, and it'll tell you a little bit about some different things. Now, personally, I like the syllabus. We're going to do that here in a minute, but let's talk about start here. Now, this video I'm making right now is going to be put right here because this is where you should start. It has the information, my office hours, my office telephone, my personal phone. If you want to text me, you know, that's fine. If it's an emergency, something like that. Since this is an online course, if you can't come to campus and you want to meet with me or you want to go through things, I have Zoom. You know, we're in the world of Zoom now. So just let me know. We'll set up a time and I can give you my Zoom ID and we'll meet then. So now here's some information about me. Here's about the class. Now a lot of this is going to be standard on all of your courses. Of course, the one thing that's different here is this is the textbook. Now we have a new textbook from what we've had in the past. This is the newest edition, just came out, and I'm going to show you how to access in a moment. You don't need to go to the bookstore. You don't need to go to Amazon or anywhere else to try to buy this book, because you have to have the Connect, which is the software that goes along with the book. And most of you, if you've had classes in college, you know how that works. It's a McGraw-Hill Connect book, and I'm going to show you how to access that right from My RSU. Okay, and then it goes on. Please read the syllabus. Yes, this talks about your outcome, you know, different things. Here's the chapter lineup, 13 chapters, how to get started. All this stuff now that follows here should be the same on every one of your classes, okay? Has RSU help desk and that thing. What I want to do now is I want to go to the syllabus, because really this is the most important part. You'll see here again, a lot of this is repetitive of what we just saw. Again, some information, my office hours, course, COVID readiness. You know, we don't know what's going to happen, but if we do, this is where you're going to find that information, rsu.edu resources/coronavirus. And objectives. Now here's your textbook again. You can print this out, by the way, if you're one of those people that like things printed. You can come over here. Let me move what's over here. There's a little print button. If you want to print your syllabus out, you can do that. But here's got most of the information that you need to see. Okay. And you can read all this stuff. Grading scale. Now, this is where I want to go to. This is the most important thing for you, to be honest with you. This is going to tell you exactly what's required and when is it required by. Okay, so now first of all, I want to say you're going to originally sign up for Connect and get your textbook right from here, My RSU. I'm going to show you how to do that here in just a second. But once you get into Connect, it is no longer connected to My RSU. So I have to manually do things in 2 different places. So if you see dates that are off in either My RSU or in Connect, please let me know, because these dates I've set up in the spreadsheet. That we're going to follow this very closely as far as the spreadsheet goes, but it could be off in one of the software systems, and I will fix it if it's off. But please make sure you let me know. If you email me, please tell me what class you're in. You know, I have probably, well, I don't even know how many students, quite a few. And you know, they'll just say, hey, can you open up chapter 2? It's like, well, I don't know because I teach, you know, 6 different classes. So please let me know who you are and what class you're in if you're going to email me. Many times, even though if I know you, because some of you have been in my classes before and I happen to know you, I will still say, if you say, can you open up chapter 2, I'm going to send the email right back to you and say, who are you and what class are you in? I know, even though I know who you are. But anyway, it's just to kind of train you. Please tell me what class you're in. Okay, so here we go. Here's the dates. The month, the date, here's the units. Now, units are not weeks, okay? Units can be chapters in the book, as you'll see, Unit 1, Chapter 1, Unit 13, Chapter 13. But this is not by week. These weeks may be different. In fact, you're going to say, thank you, Dr. Gerard. It says right here, no assignments due the week of October 24th, that's fall break, and November 28th, that's Thanksgiving. Now, of course, you can work through those weeks on assignments. Those are good weeks to get caught up if you're behind, actually. But in general, the way these are assigned is you'll have a chapter a week other than those 2 weeks. Now, when you get down here to the end, you'll notice December 3rd, that's the last day of the class. By the way, all of these due dates are a Sunday night at 11:55, and this December 3rd is a Friday. That's the finals week. So maybe, again, if you've been a student at RSU, you know that already, that the final day of class is a Friday. So all of these things are due on Friday. Unit 13, you have a comprehensive final exam that is in Connect, and then you do have a final project. And I will tell you, I will have a whole video on the final project. Don't get nervous about it. It's not a writing essay assignment. This is not a literature class. It's not a writing class. It's about understanding concepts. It's not even a math class. I don't like to, if you take statistics in the math department, it's a math class. If you take it in psychology, it's more rigorously research orientated. For our purposes as business majors, you're wanting to know, how do I gather data? How do I use data? How do I separate fact from fiction and these kinds of things? Okay, so each chapter, unit, I should say, you have homework, and you have the smart reading, which is done in Connect. And many of you, again, have done that in the past, too. It walks you right through the chapter. You answer some questions. They're both worth 60 points. I recommend, of course, doing the smart book reading before you do the homework. And then there's what we call the assessment, or which is a little quiz. Now, so you'll have 3 things minimum for each unit, okay? So your reading, your homework, and your quiz for each chapter. Now, forms and projects I'm going to throw out there, and you'll see it's kind of laid out, but I'm still reviewing this, to be honest with you. We just got the new book, and so I'm still kind of going through it. Now, it says here 2, 1, 4. That's not going to be, you're not going to be required to do all of those. I will assign them as we go, so to speak. The first one's not done until, here it looks like September 19th. So that's a month away from now. We'll have time to see what's going to happen there. The first one, of course, is your introduction form. I encourage you to do your introduction, and I will have my introduction on a video. I like to have a video for your introduction. I like to try to make my online courses as close to being in class as I can. And one way we can do that is by doing videos. And again, if you're a business major and you're thinking about going in the corporate world, or you're going in business for yourself, or whatever you're planning on doing, we live in the era of being comfortable being on video. And believe me, I'm an accounting guy, I'm a numbers kind of person. So it has been challenging for me to adapt. but here I am, you know, and so I think you should do that too. You're not required to do the video for your introduction. I just think it's kind of nice because then it gives me a connection with you. Tell me about, you can tell me whatever you want. Tell me what your, you know, major is, what you plan on doing with your major. If you want, what your goals are, you know, if you have, where you work, a lot of times is helpful. And you can tell me, you know, oh, I got 2 dogs, a chicken, and a mouse or something. I don't know, hamster. Anyway, whatever you want to do. I'll show you mine when you get to that point, okay? So let's continue. So this is the most important thing. It's going to tell you when things are due, how many points they're worth, and all of that. So anytime that you call me, hey, when is this due? I'm going to say, did you look over here in the syllabus? Now, most all this stuff is your standard stuff. This is going to be the same on all of your courses, the rest of this stuff in the syllabus. So let me come back up here. And I'm going to go course resources. This is another page I'm still kind of working on. These are kind of scrambled in here. All your PowerPoints for each chapter, some data sets and things to help you. I'm going to have some other spreadsheets that I add. You'll see here's a Zscaler table, which you'll see what that is later. You'll learn about that. And if there's other this all says PowerPoints, but I do have some spreadsheets for different ones that I'm going to be adding in here. They may still be in here, but anyway, I'm going to straighten all this stuff out. So there are spreadsheets for specific chapters to help you. Again, my goal is to have you be successful. I don't want you struggling with math. We're going to try to use Excel as much as possible. If you've never used Excel, then I'll give you some resources. First video I want you to watch very early on in Unit 1 is how to add the Data Analysis Tool Pack to your Excel. Okay, it's free, there's no cost or anything like that, and it's just an add-on, but you have to actually add it into your Excel. I have a separate video on that specific thing. Okay, and if you need help with the Excel, I can do that too. Just send me an email, say, hey, I need to know how to do this in Excel, and we'll take care of it. Okay. Now over here, that's under course resources, calendar, roster, a lot of other information here, but let's go to coursework, okay? Now, when you go to at a glance, like I said, this is where you wind up when you turn your computer on here. You'll see there's coursework here, right? And that's good, but if you go over here on the left, there's a tab that says coursework. That's where we're going to hit. And this is going to tell you everything for Unit 1. So here you have, now I'm in coursework. Let me move my thing over here. And you'll see that there's the assignment, the due date for every, you can open them up over here and you'll see for each unit, okay, what is required. Now, why I wanted to get over here is because here is where you're going to choose your book. It says right here, connect course material. Okay, let me click on that. I want to get this book and get on this. And what am I doing? I'm looking at faculty. Let me go to student view so you can see exactly what you're going to see. Okay, so here's your coursework page is what's going to look like for you. And you'll see here in Unit 1, now, by the way, you'll see these are what I have open. I have other things in Unit 1, which you saw on the last screen, that I haven't opened up yet because that's Chapter 1 and 2. And I'm doing the video about a week before class starts. So once we get to the 16th, all that'll be open. Okay, so here it is right here, Unit 1. You can do this immediately. Connect course material. Yes. This assignment is open. Launch the tool. Here we go. Here's my book. And then all I have to do is see where it says McGraw-Hill Connect. Click it. And it does its magic. And you will see right here, Fall 21 and your section 0014. Okay, now again, I'm in the process of, now all these videos should be here, math, statistics, Excel. These are just some videos that they put out. These are not for your grade. They're here to help you. If you've never used Connect, there's orientation, some other information, how to do the Smart Book. Many of you know all that already, but these are here. They're not for points. They're open. And then when you see Unit 1, then you'll see just exactly what I was talking about. Here's your Smart Book reading. Here's your assignment, and here is your quiz, which I call assessment. And so anyway, and this due date here should match the due date that is in the spreadsheet on your syllabus. Okay, so this is where you're going to do most of your work. Now, notice it went right here when I clicked on that. You're in the book. You don't have to buy any code. It all is part of your course fees. This way I understand it. And it's going to be less expensive than if you do it on your own. I mean, you can go to the bookstore. You can go directly to McGraw-Hill and purchase it, or wherever you buy your books from. You can do that. However, you're going to pay more money. Okay. So let's be done with this one. Just check that right here. Okay, when you get to that. All right, I am finished with this. Again, I'm available here to help you. I want to eliminate the stress behind the math part of it, because I really want you to understand the concepts. I'm going to go through a lot of the assignments if I can. I'm going to give you lots of videos to watch that correspond. Now, there'll be videos from YouTube or whatever. Some that I've kind of picked that I feel, you can go on. Obviously, YouTube has got 10 million billion videos, but I picked some that I think is going to be more focused on the same type of thing that you'll be doing in the class, right? And so you can watch them if you want. You're not required to, but they're there just for your help. Any of them that you see that come from me, I actually ask you to watch them and like them, because that helps me. But it also, you can give me feedback and tell me what it is that I need to continue to talk about. What else is going to help you? Okay, because that's what this is all about. I want you to be successful. Nobody should not pass this class. Don't be so scared about statistics. The only reason that you should fail it is if you just don't do the work. Okay, so as long as you're working, moving through the material, you're going to do fine. Don't feel, and I know a lot of you people are out there, I was one of these people, that feel like, oh, well, gosh, I got to get 100% on everything. I got to get an A. I got to have 95 or 100 on everything. So don't worry about it. If you get to a chapter and you're really struggling, just move on. If you need some assistance, I'll help you if you're completely lost. But, if you, don't freak out. If you get a 70 or a 75 or an 80, whatever it is, don't think you have to get 100% on everything. If you look at the spreadsheet, a lot of the points are geared for the final and the final project. The final project is one of the most important parts to me, and it's in that one you will do in my RSU. So that's what I wanted to say. The final is in Connect. The project and the forums are in my RSU.